Were you impressed at all about what my Lakers were able to do? Although they trailed most of the game in overtime, they were able to pull it off.
Yeah, they showed me that, in some adverse moments that they can come through. They didn't panic. They made big shots. They made big plays. And that's what you look for when you're saying, all right, for the most part, it's been kind of relatively easy, I feel like, for the Lakers during this streak. But this was one of them games to where you're like, all right, I thought they was going to lose because they struggled with the guard penetration from Brunson. But they showed me that, hey, they didn't panic. And usually LeBron-led teams and Luka-led teams never panic, but they never done it together. So for them to go out there and do it together, and, I noticed, even at the end of regulation, some of the things I try to watch for is like when the game is close, who's going to take the shot? Who's going to have the ball in their hands? And LeBron, for the most part, deferred to Luka. It was like, go ahead. And I looked for those little things, but they pulled out the win, and I was thoroughly impressed with them.
Rick, what did you think?
No, look, to Paul's point, they faced adversity, the most adversity they faced at this point. They're behind at the half. They're not shooting well, defending. They're having issues with stopping the dribble penetration of Jalen Brunson, and yet they gutted out the win. That's a sign of a good team that stays with it and doesn't let go of the rope. Now, all that said, I was impressed with that. I was also reminded of the things that we thought might be vulnerable for them, which was that dribble penetration was going to be an issue for them, and it was. And I guess because I look at the New York Knicks and the fact that they haven't beaten a good team since January, and that you have Jalen Brunson, who you're asking not only to be your playmaker, but your closer, and you're talking about a 6'2", 190-pound point guard having to do that, and where we put the Lakers and where we put the Knicks in terms of what the expectations are, it also suggested that saying that the Lakers are a contender, but that they still might have a problem getting past the best teams in the league right now is a fair place to put them.
I think when you look at this game, look, one of the things, they were down at halftime, like you said, but they stayed the course. You got two guys that had 43 minutes apiece, 30 points apiece. Luka a little bit shy of a triple-double. They didn't shoot the three particularly well. I mean, Luka was 4-12, and I think LeBron was something like that.
Team as a whole did not shoot
it didn't shoot it, but I'm just focusing on those two guys because they're the ones primarily taking the shots. But Luka hustled. That's what I like. He played defense late in the game, about 2 minutes or so. He got that big steal down the stretch there.
Right.
I mean, and he sprinted. He didn't, just, poke it out. He went and sprinted to retrieve the ball. So when you start looking at things like that, knocking down threes, talking that junk, it just makes you feel like this team is destined to end up where a lot of people thought at the beginning of the year that they wouldn't, which is in the NBA final. And I understand the smaller guards have given them fits. And we saw Brunson last night. They didn't have an answer for a guy that's that small. But they're not going to see in the West every small guard like that.
No, but there are a few on really good teams. Memphis with John Morant, OKC with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
We tend to play.
I don't know if you put Steph in that category.
But against OKC, Paul, as you know, he's going to always get his numbers, period. It's about the other people on OKC. Will they be able to do their work against the Lakers?
But if he's getting into the middle and he's causing that defense to rotate, and now he's kicking it out, they have the three-point shooters to take advantage of that. So I do think that's a danger.
He said this yesterday. How will the Lakers handle dribble penetration? That's exactly what he said yesterday. Jalen Brunson's a really good player. The really good players, they normally get theirs.
Yeah.
You're not stopping them. You're just trying to slow them down. I was impressed because at halftime, Lakers, I believe, like 4 of 22 shooting threes. Terrible. First quarter started really well. Second quarter wasn't very good. Third quarter wasn't very good. In the fourth quarter, we turned it on. And you got to look at the last 24 games, Lakers are 20-4. But their losses have been against bad teams. Beat the Celtics, beat Golden State twice, beat Minnesota, beat Memphis. So they've beaten some really good teams, but the losses
Minnesota or something
have been against bad teams. Lost against Charlotte and Utah. And so I was impressed because you're not shooting the ball well. Jalen Brunson is playing extremely well. LeBron did a hell of a job guarding Karl Anthony Towns. He did a hell of a job guarding him. He pretty much eliminated him.
Took him out the game.
He took him out the game, and to me, that was the key right there was LeBron is like, you know what? We got nobody that can really match him. I got him. And at 40 years old doing that, so it was impressive because you had to battle. You're not shooting the ball well, and it was Luke and LeBron said, all right, Austin Reeves had a bad game last night. Get on our back. We got you.
Can I ask you guys a question? If this had, say, Jalen Brunson doesn't roll his ankle, and it was or Josh Hart finishes the bucket that was a second late, and this ends up being an L. Do we look at it the same way?
You mean the second late going in, coming out of regulation?
Coming out of regulation when Josh Hart misses the layup that would have won the game.
Yeah.
Well,
Would we be looking at this in a significantly different way?
I wouldn't.
I would say we didn't shoot the ball well.
I would point to not shooting the ball well, winning 9 in a row against winning teams.
Mm-hmm.
I would look at a little bit of the fatigue factor. Yeah. I would just look at
And you came
that.
back and you gave yourself a chance to win.
And you gave yourself
You would look
a
at it
chance to
that
win.
way.
I would look at it that way. More so on the positive side of things, right? I mean, it is what it is in terms of. But I think the Lakers are the best team in the West. And OKC says different because of the 11-game gap that they have between 1 and 2. But that gap was basically made for them prior to the trade.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If Luka was on this team from the start of the season,
Different ball game.
it wouldn't be an 11-game split there. It would either be one game or they'll be on top or something along those lines from my point of view. Paul?
Yeah, I think if Luka was there earlier in the year, it would allow LeBron to rest more because this is what we talked about the last couple of years, him having his legs for the playoffs. Because it just seemed like when they played against Denver, he had no legs.
Yeah.
You know, so
Or he had him for a period
and then not
as the series wore on. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fourth quarters was bad for him.
The luxury of this is, man, I'm just watching the way LeBron play. He has never had to play like this his whole career. You know, he was the one making. You took one of the major responsibilities away from LeBron, which is to get everybody involved, play make, and all of that.
I'd say 2 of them. Play make and also close.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Can I ask you this? Because of he's not doing all the playmaking, is his 43 minutes a hard 43 minutes like they
not
would
the
have
way it
been in
was.
previous years? Because it's a different type of game for him?
Yeah, because you can have possessions where LeBron can just kind of settle into the corner, or LeBron can just kind of like float a little bit in the dunker, or just sit on the perimeter and let Luka play pick and roll and make a play.
They did.
You know, whereas like it's LeBron kind of always making
heavy 43 minutes.
No, you know, because then he playing the 4. Like most of the time, the guys at the 4, you know, you don't have to run around screens, do all this chasing and all of that. So he's just going to do what he's naturally good at, is using his strength, battling with the 4s, which, I mean, LeBron is pretty much bigger than every 4 in the West when you think about it, outside of who I can't even think of nobody. So it's like the 43 minutes is a lighter 40 minutes than normal for him now, because he has some possessions to where he don't have as much responsibility every single time down.
You're talking about new life. The trade for Luka has seemed to re-energize LeBron James. A longtime friend and competitor, Carmelo Anthony, says that he's, quote, never seen LeBron look as happy as he does playing the game right now. So, Paul, do you agree with Melo that LeBron looks extremely happy right now the way he's playing?
Yeah,
the fact that he got a new life?
Yeah, it does look like new life. I mean, you can see it in his energy on the court, because the last few years, it's been disappointment, and he's went into the season knowing that they probably don't have a chance to win the championship. They've been a play-in team. Now that Luka's there, before Luka got there, we was talking earlier, like the window on the championship I thought was closed with that team. Now you done opened up not only the window for the championship, but because before this I said, all right, this may be LeBron last year. He accomplished so much. Now he played with his son. Okay, that's icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Now that window, let's say, uh-oh, hold on. Championship window back activated. Uh-oh. You know what? I look like I got some more time, Father Time. Take a back seat. You know, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what it looks like to me.
And even if he didn't get it right now, Rick, next year, they'll be right back in the same position, even with a little tool, because he ain't, you know how you say, well, there's a 1 year older. We need to stop saying that. We don't need to. We don't need to continue to say
saying that with Brady.
No, we kept
going.
We started the 1 year older 7 years ago with LeBron. He's still going, right? look, when I look at this situation, what Melo's saying about him, Melo's been around him. He's his friend. He knows what it looks like. And when you're around somebody a lot and you're in that camp and it ain't just your observation.
Sure.
It's also coming from somewhere somebody is talking to you and say, man, I think LeBron is happy. Or whether LeBron is saying it to Melo and Melo just takes it and says he's happier now because he's heard it, he's looking at it, he's seen it. So I look at it a little bit different than most people.
Well, the happiest I've ever seen him was when he went to Miami and said, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. And why was he? Why was he? Because he was suddenly in a place where he's like, I'm going to be able to play for championships here. And I didn't feel like I had a legitimate chance of being able to do that in Cleveland. Now I've got that chance. Well, this is the same thing. Like, to Paul's point, I don't think it was just us thinking that the window was closed. I think LeBron was looking at it and going, I don't see how we're going to get from here to there. Right. And now you got Luka Doncic falls in your lap and you go, what? Wait, what? I could possibly add another ring, maybe 2? Of course, he's reduced. And he, but again, like, he's a stretch 4 at this point. Mm-hmm. Like, he's Kristaps Porzingis with the Boston Celtics. Like, you can extend what he has to put into the game doesn't come close to what he had to put into the game prior to this.
The team, the Lakers team, our team, before the trade, I believe he was pessimistic. Like, things fall the right way, we got a chance. Now, it don't matter how it falls, we got a chance. This year and next year. And so when you know that going into every game, it don't matter who we play, we got a chance to win. And at the end of the season, we will be there. That has no choice but to energize you. Like, it's refreshing. Like, you look forward to going into practice. You look forward to every game now. You cannot wait until the season's over with because it's not, oh, man, I hope we can avoid Denver. I hope we can avoid playing Minnesota. Right. It don't matter who we play because he feels like now we genuinely have an opportunity and a chance to beat anybody. And when you feel that way, of course, you're just going to smile more. You're going to feel better about yourself. You know, you're going to have a different energy about you, and that's what it is.
Yeah, I feel good about the Lakers' chances. Like I said a little while ago, whenever I'm watching the movement of the basketball, it's moving. They moving that ball around. It ain't sticking to nobody. They're active on defense. I mean, Luka, think about that. When the last time you seen Luka steal the basketball when you know what I'm saying?
In the passing lane.
In the passing lane.
Right.
Like, think about that.
With the
and
game,
then go chase it down with the game on the line.
Yeah.
He went and chased that down.
Like hey, he got something to prove.
And the first thing I said, that's a LeBron James effect right there. I don't care.
100%.
And JJ Redick.
Come on, why do we have to do that?
What are we doing?
Because he hadn't done it before.
What am I doing?
That's a LeBron James, like the effort. We're talking about the effort on defense. That's a LeBron James effect.
How is that not
100%?
A LeBron James effect.
He got dissed by Dallas. I don't care whether LeBron's there or not.
I went to the Lakers.
I'm going someplace else. You said I'm not good enough. You say I don't work hard enough. You say I don't play hard enough. You say I don't play D. Yes. That's why you couldn't give me $345 million.
So it can be more than one effect. It can be that effect.
All right, but
you don't want me to give LeBron the credit. Just say you don't want me to give LeBron the credit.
No, I don't want you to give him all the credit. Like, it immediately becomes LeBron did this thing. Like,
I said JJ Redick effect. Okay. I said LBJ effect. My 2 guys, a receiver.
No, you did not. No, you did not. You said, no. You know what? I think this is LeBron.
Not. No.
Like, come on.
I'm going to give him credit, but I'm giving everybody credit. But you can't tell me, like TJ just said, he wasn't doing it before.
Oh, you know what?
He wasn't doing it before. Okay, I'm going to just give it to the purple and the gold credit then. The fact that he's in a Laker uniform makes him superpower man again. So he's just going to do everything.
I think this has a lot more to do with the Dallas Mavericks saying, we don't believe you can be a franchise player, more than anything else. I think if he was in Golden State, if he was in Houston, if he was in Charlotte, wherever it was, he would be motivated to prove them wrong, and you see that. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to discredit anybody. I'm not saying that he doesn't like playing with LeBron or LeBron doesn't set a great example of work ethic and all that. It's just immediately, oh, you know what this is?
Yeah,
This
it
is
made
LeBron James.
It made
how
him uncomfortable.
How about my pride has
Yeah,
been
it made
hurt,
him-
and I'm going to prove you wrong?
Yeah, it made him uncomfortable. The trade made him uncomfortable.
Man,
Everybody
I was in such a good
understands-
mood, too. Like,
No, a lot of the facts. You
That's
guys
your
are
fault.
absolutely, y'all
Ain't my
absolutely
fault.
right. Look,
What?
like I
What?
said, when I saw
what?
that,
You're the one who said it.
It's not my fault.
Immediately got to.
But he said it. It affected you in a certain type of way.
Yeah, so that tells me that the Laker
bothers
hate
you.
is alive
Because,
and real.
because I like things to be, I like credit to be given where credit is due.
I mean, he obviously did it. Luka's the one giving effort. He obviously deserves all of the credit. But
Thank you.
What
Thank
were
you.
the
Thank
external
you. Thank
things
you.
that?
Thank you. No. That's
motiv-
good. That's good. Give Luka the credit
Yeah.
for answering the bell.
Yeah, you
don't
have-
say, hey, you
you
know
have
what?
to go do
Who got Luka to do that?
No.
LeBron got Luka
Yeah.
to do that. That's disrespectful to Luka.
No, Luka is inspired by LeBron. 100%.
He don't want to believe that.
That's
because he's a major Laker
It's a
hater.
combination of a lot of those.
It
things.
is a
The
combination.
Trade, LeBron being there.
You want to split it? That's fine.
Like you
All
can
right, we'll
split
split
it.
it.
We
You
can split it.
But
because
you
like
did,
he
that's not
said,
what you
when I
did.
saw him,
Now, I said
this is
JJ
this is a meeting of the minds.
I said
Now
JJ Redick and LeBron.
This is called
I'll give
compromise.
the Mavericks a little bit of credit. I'll give the Lakers uniforms a little bit of credit. Is that okay with you? But I like the way
it's your
he's
show,
playing.
Key.
I like the way he's
Do
playing.
what you got to do.
Oh, stop.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.